Hello, collective. Welcome into your reading. So as Mercury went retrograde yesterday, I had some interesting experiences, and it felt like the energy was moving incredibly fast. It felt like a lot of creative ideas were coming up, and then a shadow appeared with a hidden truth that I had been carrying for many years that I didn't even realize. And it was quite impactful. It was quite the day. And I was able to discover where that came from. So I wanted to do a check-in with you and see how is the collective doing. And so I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see the cards. We have moving away and a new beginning, that new creativity. Maybe you've been feeling that as well. I am telling you what, when that shadow appeared with that old wound, I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. Just all of the wind sucked out of my entire being. We've got Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles, and Three of Swords and Judgment here. So definitely that pain came up, and what I was able to see was that I was recognizing how I really was able to understand my own value and where that came from. So let's get into this. I'm going to turn this around just a little bit. What does the collective need to know? What's going on for the collective? Let's start here. Energy check-in for the collective. What are they feeling right now? What are they going through? I just saw 222 on the timer. Bottom of the deck, message in a bottle. We have a change in the wind, card number 12. We have chaos and conflict, card number 33. Co-create, card number 40. And deep knowing, card number 43. So this is feeling like, to me, that you're definitely feeling this change, and that you have definitely experienced some chaoses. This could be a look back on past chaoses, conflicts, relationship issues, and like I mentioned, that recognition of your own value, and taking a new perspective look at that, working with spirit, working with others in a new way. And we have two owls in each card. And interestingly enough, there's a zebra here in both cards, but one's been covered up. So I feel like some sort of a truth is being revealed, that you're feeling that. Message in a bottle, regeneration and new life. Yeah, I think it feels like this retrograde is going to be a great opportunity for us to look back at old times. I don't know even how this happened, but this card just flipped out. 10 of Wands. So closing out a cycle of the past. On the shuffle, Queen of Swords. The truth. Discernment. We're seeing how to step into this new life. This regeneration has allowed you to see new truths about yourself, about others, about relationships, possibly even a job. Let's clarify change in the wind here. So we have the Star and the Nine of Pentacles. So the change is that there is healing happening. You're remembering that value of yourself. Feels like as you come back and you see these other seeing experiences in a new way, you're recognizing the amount of healing that you've gone through and remembering your true value here. What is this? Chaos and conflict. Two of Pentacles and the Chariot. Maybe you've been juggling this for quite some time. A juggling of intuition. Perhaps feeling like your intuition was telling you one thing, but you're realizing that it actually was coming from a shadow, a deep pain. So what is this about co-create? What do you want to tell the collective here about co-create? I'm getting that sensation again. This is the second time I've attempted to do a reading, and all of a sudden my ears just plug up like I'm underwater. You may feel like you're going deep. These wounds are very deep. That's what I'm picking up on. Co-create. So we have Three of Swords, Seven of Cups, the High Priestess, and Justice. There's been a lot of confusion about this pain or where this pain comes from, and you're discovering it because your higher self knows where that's coming from, and they're bringing it to light. They're bringing it into balance. They want you to see it so that you can continue healing that for your highest good. To be able to stand in that feeling of value and honor and of yourself. It's like knowing you have it all now. You're starting to discover something about yourself there. What is this deep knowing? We already have the High Priestess out here. Six of Cups, so this is definitely something from the past. Something you've had for a long time, possibly from childhood. Deep knowing. We have Six of Cups, Three of Wands, and King of Pentacles. You've been waiting on something for a very, very long time. This could be a partner. This could be a partnership in business, and it could also be in love. This could be more of a higher sense of value for yourself. This almost feels like, I get the sensation from this card, kind of looks like his head is pointed up, like not necessarily looking at the ships, but looking towards the sky, having faith, having this deep knowing that something is coming forward, even if you can't see it. It's kind of feeling like higher consciousness. Even though we do have the King of Pentacles, maybe you've been very grounded during this wait. Ace of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, and then we have the Ten of Wands coming out here again. Oh, and under that's the Nine of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely something you've been wanting. A cycle is closing, and you're starting this new beginning. This deeper deeper knowing of truth. This could also be a solid offer. This could be a job offer, an opportunity, a new project that you've been waiting on. What is the challenge here? What is the challenge for the collective during this retrograde? Eight of Pentacles reversed. Wheel of Fortune's on the bottom of the deck. Under that is the Eight of Wands. That's what I said, and when I first got on here, was about things just seem to be shifting and moving so quickly. That's part of the challenge. Eight of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this has to do with this waiting. That you've been waiting so long for something to come forward. And Eight of Pentacles is all about putting in the effort. I just saw 11:11 on the timer. Putting in the effort, doing the work, and this feels like it might be a time of pause. I mean, it is retrograde, so taking that opportunity to look back at prior experiences. And so maybe that's what you're feeling, is that you can't move forward yet. Maybe feel like you're being held back, but you're not. You're not being held back. You're being asked to pause and reflect, because there's something else that's still healing, and it has to do with your value, your money, getting more grounded within yourself, recognizing your gifts, recognizing your abilities. And that's what this time period is going to bring for you as you slow down. Because what else came out with that is the King of Cups. So the challenge is taking a look back in your heart. I feel like there's 12:33 on the timer. I feel like there's going to be some times that you're kind of feeling stuck in your emotions. I'm feeling like it's going to be important to move through those. So let's pull some cards on that. Let's get some clarification. What is the advice for the collective? Feeling kind of stuck in your emotions. What is the advice for this retrograde? Advice for the collective, please. We have Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Seeing the bigger picture. Making the choice to see the bigger picture. This also feels a lot like faith as I'm looking at this Three of Wands here, that you've been waiting so long for something to come forward. It's like making the choice to see the bigger picture, and you're trusting and believing that. So you're willing to stand, you're willing to wait for what's truly valuable. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have to do anything. It's just one step at a time, things are going to be revealed. All right, so we have the Devil and the Page of Swords coming out sideways. So this is the advice. This is cutting out any old attachments, any old, this feels like soul ties, past relationships that you've had that have really upset you. And it's like cutting the pain from it. Because these pains, this chaos and conflict is what's attached. It's what's giving you that energy. I kind of feel like a push-pull energy here. And you're gaining this new energy to cut those ties. And as you do, you're recognizing your own strength. So this is the advice, cutting those old ties. And it's not really so much cutting the person out. I mean, it could be for you. But it doesn't have to be. It's just cutting that energy. You know, this is past. This was done a long time ago. I can see now how I have grown. I have healed. And I'm not going to allow my body, my energy, to be drained by these old pains anymore. And having the strength to stand up to those old pains. Having the strength to surrender those old pains. Can you tell us a little bit more here about the Strength card for the advice? It feels like lifelong changes. I'm really noticing what's standing out is the infinity symbol over her head. All right, so what do we have here? The Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and Two of Cups. Yes, these truths are coming forward so that you can cut out whatever is no longer serving you. And then you're co-creating with spirit, with others. You're being very creative. As you look back at these times, you're revealing more and more of a truth about yourself so that you can come into alignment with what is truly for you. Well, this feels good. I mean, it feels flow is going to be very important. We do have message in a bottle on the bottom, which is this bottle and in water. So flowing through this regeneration. All right, let's just get a message to close out. Hangman is on the bottom of the deck. That's that. You're becoming enlightened and focusing on peace because you know your value. So the challenge is going to be not getting stuck in your emotions. And the advice is cutting that out. That's an old, I'm hearing that's an old strategy. And this underwater, my goodness, my ears are so plugged. You'll have to let me know if you've been feeling like that as well. I feel like you can't even tell for sure how loud I'm talking because my ears feel so plugged. I feel so deep. All right, let's get a message from the Fairies Oracle to close out this reading for you. This energy check-in. What is it you want to tell the collective from the Fairies Oracle? Bottom of the deck is purity. This regeneration. You're coming back to a purified state, a crystalline state, a childlike wonderment state, because you're releasing these pains. You're releasing these pains and you're seeing there's so many more options. I can look at it as something that's really a problem like the snake, or I can look at it as something that's building a stronger foundation. This is major growth and healing in your discernment. So the cards that came out is healing, and believe in magic. Healing says now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. So maybe this is part of, I said this was about gifts. This is under a change in the wind. Maybe you're recognizing that you have some new gifts, or your gifts are developing a little bit further, and it's in the act of healing. You know, that could be just simply by being around someone. That could be sharing your light with someone. I don't know if you can see it. I never noticed this before, but in this card, each hand looks like a ball of light, but there's actually, it almost looks like a rainbow going from one hand to the other. There's some sort of an alchemy phase happening for you in this entire cycle of regeneration for you. Believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are a part of nature, so you are magical too. So maybe you are taking a little bit a closer look at what magic means to you. What does that look like? I mean, that first card when I was shuffling was the Ace of Wands. And perhaps you're recognizing some of your own gifts in healing, magical healing. And both of these cards as well, she has a headband on with a light right here. She has a headband on that has a lot of little lights. And I had said earlier, I was picking up on that energy of a higher consciousness. This feels like third eye and crown chakra advancement or activation. Can we just get a couple more here for the collective? All right, bottom of the deck is light. Again, we have this rainbow theme. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. So yes, when you're feeling that time, if you're getting stuck in those emotions that that's where your focus is. Focus on the light. Focus on the light. Doesn't feel so good right now, but know that in 10-15 minutes, you know, another hour, another day, these emotions are going to calm. Because just like the ocean, you know, it rises and it falls. All right, and we also have music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music that you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. All right. Well, that's what I have for you today, collective. I hope you are all doing well. I know yesterday was just, I'm not even sure how to describe it, to be honest with you. It was a wild ride. And shocking of this information that came in for me that I didn't even realize. For years and years and years, I have carried this pain, and just it did not reveal itself until yesterday. So I do hope you are all doing well. We're going to get through this time period. Stay strong. You have all of the strength and courage that you need to get through this, and I know you can do it. So until next time when we check in, go out there and lead with love, and have a blessed weekend.